For day 17 of January, I broke out my Ball Blue Book, Guide to Preserving, and we made some pickled beets. Now, I know a lot of people don't like pickled beets, but we use them for our beet pickled eggs, so it makes a lot of sense to have some of these on hand versus buying in the store. The first and most important step for these beets is to wash them very thoroughly, and then you are going to boil them for 30 minutes. That is to soften the beets and kind of get that outside skin to separate from the beet itself. The water looks like this, but it gets kind of nasty towards the end like this. So you want to make sure that you are going to strain out your beets really, really well. You're going to strain and drain. Do not try to preserve that liquid for anything. It is gross. It has dirt on it. You don't want it. Just go ahead and strain them and rinse them. After that, leave them alone for a minute, let them cool down because they are hot, and go ahead and make your brine. The full brine recipe is 3.5 cups of vinegar to 1.5 cups of water, and then 1.5 teaspoons of pickling salt, which I forgot to film. You're also going to add 2 sticks of cinnamon and a whole tablespoon of allspice and 2 cups of sugar to this recipe. And then comes the fun part, which is peeling the beets. Sometimes they peel pretty easy. Sometimes they peel kind of difficult like this. You will get your hands stained, your cutting board stained, counters, everything like that. So make sure you're wearing clothes you don't care about. And if you wash your hands frequently, the red doesn't stick around too long. But it does take a minute. When you're finished peeling them, you will slice them. And I will say I switched to peeling them with the paring knife. I think it's a lot quicker. You do waste a little more beet that way, but I'm totally fine with it. Once you get them into the slices, the brine has to boil for 15 minutes. So I do those kind of at the same time, and then I pour the brine over top of the jars. You can strain out the spices beforehand, but I just strain them before they go in. We're going to wipe our rims really well, put on our lids and our bands, and then we're going to lower them into a stock pot. Make sure they're covered with somewhere between 1 inch and 2 inches of water, and let these sit at a rolling boil for 30 minutes.